Kira was slightly dazed upon hearing Louis say that she and Mrs. Olsen seemed like mother and daughter. Then she lowered her head. Actually, many people have said that. Louis didn't say anything and quietly listened to her explanation. Kira smiled. When we were little, Isla hated me so much simply because when I stood next to Mrs. Olsen, people always mistook me as Mrs. Olsen's daughter. Children didn't know how to hide their true feelings. Isla was very obviously targeting Kira back then. She would push Kira, hit her, hem music, and have a bunch of other kids curse her. Kira had been severely brainwashed by Poppy at the time, always thinking that she owed Isla and forever, keeping her head low in front of Isla. Not knowing how to resist, Kira's eyes gradually became brooding. In fact, I had thought that maybe the reason why Poppy was so bad to me was because I wasn't her biological child at all. Unfortunately, I did a DNA test with her, and indeed I'm her daughter. She had been kidnapped and sold for several months at the time. Upon returning, the police station requested that she and Poppy undergo a DNA test to ascertain the child's parentage. She wished at the time that she wasn't Poppy's daughter. Unfortunately, there was no such if. That's indeed quite a pity. Louis's music voice was low and soft. However, upon careful consideration, you and Mrs. Olsen don't really look alike. It's just that your temperaments are very similar. People who lived together tended to develop similar habits over time. When she was little, Kira's favorite thing to do was to observe Mrs. Olsen and learn how to interact with people from her. It was also thanks to Mrs. Olsen that she was able to awaken and stop being manipulated by Poppy. She smiled. I know we don't look alike. If any of my facial features looked like Mrs. Olsen, I would have thought of Mrs. Olsen as my mother. This self-deprecating remark made Louis chuckle slightly. Hem music, he lowered his gaze and said lightly, maybe it's hem music, an intergenerational inheritance. Kira immediately looked at him. What was that? Nothing. Louis felt that it was better not to say anything about the things that were uncertain to avoid disappointing her. Mrs. Olsen and Taylor rushed after Isla, who stormed out. They saw Isla enter the parking lot, and knowing that Isla wouldn't run off somewhere, they heaved a sigh of relief. Mrs. Olsen showed a hint of hesitation. Taylor, am I really favoring Kira? Am I neglecting Isla? Am I playing blatant favorites? It's not that bad. Taylor, always putting her first, replied objectively. You do like Kira very much, but you still have restraint. Isla is just a bit too jealous. Her music misses. Olsen sighed. Why has Isla become like this? Neither you nor I are petty people. Taylor then held her arm. It's all my fault. In other families without an illegitimate daughter, the children all grow up to be cheerful and positive. Our family is different. Plus, Kira is now darker, south, and she outshines Isla. Her music, so Isla's jealousy is understandable. Mrs. Olsen was silent for music a moment before speaking. The excellence of a person shouldn't only be defined by capability, especially seeing as everything in the family is given to Isla first, then Kira. Since she was little, Isla has had everything Kira may not have. But everything Kira had, Isla definitely had as well. So what right does Isla have to blame Kira? And you too. Pressuring Kira to confess just now wasn't right. However, her music, Taylor rubbed his forehead. You forgot that people have close and distant relationships. Kira is just Poppy's daughter. Her music, in my heart, only your daughter is my daughter. If Isla and Kira's lives lay before me, and I could only choose one, I wouldn't hesitate to choose Isla, let alone make Kira confess her crime. He grabbed hold of Mrs. Olsen's shoulder. Surely, you have to remember, No matter how outstanding Kira is, she has nothing to do with our family. Isla is our daughter. If Isla goes astray because you like Kira, will you regret it in the future?" Mrs. Olsen was stunned. Taylor slowly said, "You might as well keep your distance from Kira in the future. The three of us will live a calm life." Mrs. Olsen clenched her fists and slowly lowered her gaze. Yet, she felt a void in her heart. When the two of them reached the car, Isla had regained her composure. The family of three set off for the hospital. Today, the Allen family planned to return to Clance, and Mrs. Olsen took Isla to apologize. Isla behaved herself very well. Only by obtaining the forgiveness of the Allen family would there possibly be hope that Jake won't call off the marriage these days. Jake had completely ignored her, which made her anxious. The three of them arrived and Mrs. Olsen apologized sincerely. The Allen family had prepared all their luggage and were waiting to go. Rebecca craned her neck to look outside, anticipating Kira's arrival. Kira had promised her that she would come to see her off, but the agreed time had already passed. Why hadn't Kira come yet? On the other hand, after Mrs. Olsen apologized to Mr. and Mrs. Allen, she came over to Rebecca, took out a property ownership certificate from her bag, and handed it to Rebecca. "Miss Allen, Isla said something inappropriate that hurt you. I know that nothing can make up for the harm she's caused you. I know the Allen family has everything, but hey, laughter, this is a token of my goodwill." Rebecca was dumbfounded music and looked at her father. Mrs. Allen was also a bit upset, feeling that Mrs. Olsen was trying to get rid of people with money. She stepped forward to take the property certificate, intending to return it to Mrs. Her Music Olsen. However, she suddenly saw the information on the certificate and was completely stunned. Hem Music, wasn't it the most famous Golden Glory mansion in Clance? The price of this residential area wasn't excessively high. Music instead? The most valuable thing was the network of the homeowners in the residential area. The Golden Glory mansion was priceless. So many people wanted to buy property in that residential area, but couldn't. Never Music did they expect Mrs. Olsen to possess property there. She wasn't just giving away a house, but a network of connections and clans. Mrs. Allen was flabbergasted and looked at Mr. Allen. Mr. Allen also tried to turn it to music down. "We can't accept it." However, Mrs. Olsen shook her head. "I'm now settled in Oceanian and want nothing to do with the affairs in Clance. This is our apology, Music, so please take it." Only then did Mr. Allen accept the generous gift. After giving the apology gift, Mrs. Olsen left with Taylor and Isla. After they left, Mrs. Allen couldn't help but express her amazement. Mrs. Olsen indeed does things big. She could give away such a significant property. Has snorts Mr. Allen sighed. "You haven't seen Lady South. Her demeanor is even better than Mrs. Olsen's." Mrs. Allen frowned. "It's just a pity. Despite the mother and daughter both being such promising individuals, Isla is such an embarrassment." Mentioning Isla, Mr. Allen frowned as well. He suddenly thought of Kira. Upon thinking, Kira indeed looked a lot like Mrs. Olsen's mother, Lady South. He even initially thought that Lady South was Kira's grandmother. Mr. Allen paused momentarily and then suddenly asked, "Where's Miss Olsen?" "Hasn't she come yet? She can't come anymore." Frankie held his phone and frowned, her music saying, "It appears that Miss Olsen has encountered some troubles." Rebecca said firmly, "I can't leave. Miss Olsen is in trouble. I can't leave her at such a time and return to Clance." To listen to the full audio series, install the Pocket FM app now.